undergraduate teaching assistant at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, University of Moratuwa. His experience in mentoring and teaching makes him the perfect person to walk us through the foundations of problem solving and proposal development. So, without further ado, let's hand over the session to Mr. Sajeev Kugarajah.
Yeah, I hope I'm clear. Hello.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, thank you. So, good evening also. Thanks for the nice introduction. So, without further delay, I'll just jump into the session. I hope everyone can see the screen. Okay, so hi, good evening, and first of all, congrats to all of you. Like, for some of you, this might be the first hackathon you guys formed a team and being participating, and for some, this could be the best ever hackathon you took part. So, good luck for your future endeavors and congrats for the right decision. And thanks for the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to conduct this session. So I'll try my best to keep everyone engaged throughout the session without getting some boring talks and chats. So yeah, I think they go through the interaction of me, and I'm Sajeev, finally undergraduate at CSE. And yeah. So when it comes to problem solving and proposal crafting, like there are a lot of things behind that, but before going into theories and techniques and stuff, I would like to make this session a bit more engaging and interactive to all of us, me, you, everyone here. So I prepared a bit of questions, like a bunch of questions are there that I'm going to ask to you all, and you all are going to answer whether it's correct or wrong, perfect or imperfect, whatever you're going to answer, and we're going to discuss everything together. So I'll just minimize this, and yeah, so can you all join this Slido link, and I'll be starting sharing the questions and you all can answer it. So I think it would be more engaging. And also, I think you all might have team names. It could be better if you can change your names, including your team names as well, so the organizing committee and me can engage with you more. Yeah. Okay, so I guess you guys joined. So around 140 plus is there. I'm expecting around 100 people in the Slido. So yeah, so when it comes to problem solving, what we need first? Yeah, of course, it's a problem. So that's the first question of this session. So yeah, so state a problem that you or someone you know faced recently or in the past that might need a solution for it. You don't have to go deep and explain the entire problem, just 1 or 2 sentences, like what the problem, like how they were affected from it, something like that is enough. So I think everyone can answer the Slido. So if you face any issues, just unmute and let me know. I might not be able to check the chat. Yeah. Okay. So I'll be giving around 3 minutes. Just think deep and come up with a problem, 1 or 2, how much you prefer. So it shouldn't have to be a perfect problem from throughout the end, a perfectly defined problem, like just a thought that you get when you see this question. That's enough. I'm getting answers here. Yeah, a lot of interesting problems here. Yeah, there's around 21 participants so far in the Slido. It would be better like if you ask all of your teammates to be engaged in the sessions, so they all can get something from here. Still typing. All right, I think this could be enough. So yeah, I'm able to see plenty of different types of problems, mostly related to academic pressure, time management, finding part-time jobs, earning money while studying, get internet, IT industry, staying focused. Yeah, as a undergraduate or someone following a course in a university, these are most relatable problems you might have. So yeah, we'll just stop stating the problems for now. I think this is sufficient. So there are around, I guess, around 20 different types of problems being faced from you or someone you know that's being stated here. So now just like this is what we want to do when we try to solve something. Like we don't have to find a solution to the sake of finding a solution. We actually need to have a problem that needs a solution that could be solved, and also by solving it, it could create a great impact. Otherwise, just doing something for the sake of winning a hackathon or for the sake of doing something is not a good deal. So we all just passed the first hurdle by stating an actual real world problem out there. So the second step, like from this onwards, we'll just select one problem here and do some thinking of how we can take it to the further level and find a solution to it. So as you all can see all the problems stated by everyone from the chat, and you can vote for the problems in the slider. So just take a minute or two until 6:28 to go through all the problems and vote for the problems that you find interesting and you find like solving this together will give you a good insight. Yeah, I'm waiting for the votes now. Okay, we got two candidates fighting each other to become the problem of the day. Okay, yeah, thank you. So I figure, yeah, the most voted problem is the first one, like difficulty building professional connections or networking due to discomfort with socializing, even though networking is important for career growth. Yeah, that's some of problem like we all might face, especially in our first second years. Maybe some can face this throughout the entire academic time. So I think it might be a good problem to discuss further. So I just paste it somewhere here. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just keep the slides and the slider side by side so we can just go through this and that together. So yeah. So now what we have done so far is identifying the problem. So we just talk with everyone, discuss with everyone to find the problems that they all face. And now as a team, like now we are all 149 of us are a team. So like we have identified a problem that worth solving, which is difficulty building professional connections due to discomfort with socializing, even though networking is important for career growth. Yeah, of course. So we'll just state the problem here. So this problem mentioned here is just a problem which is not dig down deep or well defined or refined. So what we'll do is I'll just share another poll. Okay, so here you can write, like use this poll to write all the answers for the questions that I'm going to ask further. So maybe volunteers can also come, but anyone can attend. So I'm going to ask a question, why? So now we know a problem, difficulty building professional connections due to discomfort with socializing. We have to think before going to find the solution for it. Is this the actual problem, or is it just a symptom of an actual problem? So I would like to ask everyone to think why there is difficulty building professional condition. So can I have any volunteers from any team? Or I might have to pick someone from here and you have to answer the question in the poll. Or any volunteers? You either can unmute or chat or answer in the Slido, whatever. I need a volunteer now. No one? Okay, then I guess. Okay, someone's typing. Yeah. So why there's difficulty building professional connections or networking due to discomfort with socialization, even though networking is important for career growth? Just everyone think, why is that so? Okay, we got an answer. I find it difficult to build professional. Okay, that's enough, I guess. Yeah. So I find it difficult to build professional connections because I feel uncomfortable socializing, even though I know networking is important for my career growth. Our personality, people can be introverted due to intimidating nature. Okay, yeah, so thanks for those 3 volunteers. So I think, yeah, so one answer is just a rephrased version of the question, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting more answers. Okay, so yeah, suppose like for this question we take this answer: intimidating nature or personality, overthinking in real time. Like everything's connected to the same point, like the attitude or character of a person. So now let's think again. Why our personality is being introverted in the professional setting? Or why I'm having an intimidating nature connecting with professionals? Or why I'm overthinking in real time? So can someone answer for that question? Like, why are we being introverted in a professional setting? I think I got an answer for this question for the first question as well, but again, I'm trying to make you think in a designed way, in a structured way. Yeah. So why our personality is being like that even though we know that we need a professional connections, a professional networking, we couldn't do so. All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the answers. So yeah. So one of the answer is because we don't really get the opportunity to connect with industry professionals. Yeah, that's a good one. And past incidents in their life, weakening in soft skills, and yeah, many people have no trust on them. It's still again connected to the attitude, and yeah, due to our past experiences, fear of judgment. Okay, so I think a good answer for these questions, like why are we being introverted is like we don't get much chances, much opportunities, much occasions to be or talk or connect with industry professionals or seniors. That's why we have the fear, we have the judgmental fear of judgments. So again, why do you think we have limited opportunities to connect with seniors or the industry? So why is that? So why do we have less occasions to connect with industry or the seniors or the professionals, whatever? So think why. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting answers for the question. Why do we have lack of opportunities? Yeah, they are busy in their work and have a busy schedule. They don't have any motivation to connect even though we do. Yeah, lack of confidence. They are busy with their work. Some rules in uni, like you can't speak to super seniors. I don't know which uni has those rules, but okay, fine. What else? Yeah, because they're often busy and hard to approach, so juniors don't get much time to interact with them. Yeah, I think that's enough. I think this is a good answer. So I'll just tag it here. Okay, so let's look back. So we started with the problem stated by someone from us. Difficulty building professional connections due to discomfort with socializing, even though networking is important for career growth. So at first glance, it might look like an actual problem for us. So we might want to do some solution or find some solution or create an application or something for that. But when we think now, it's not the actual root cause of the problem. So it was just a symptom that we think that we lack professional connections because we have discomfort with socializing. But when we came through all the answers, when we first think why is that so, we found out because we have an intimidating introverted nature, we have difficulty. Then we thought why we have an introverted nature. Then we found the answer, we don't really get the opportunities much. Then we again ask the question why? Why don't we get the opportunities now? Because of course, industry professionals or seniors or whoever in the industry or in the academia have a busy time or hard to approach. So we can further deep down with more whys, but I think this is enough. So now we came to a point where we have a proper root cause, like because it's a bit hard to approach other industry professionals or seniors in the university or the industry. We don't get much opportunities to connect with them. Because of that lack of opportunities, we don't have that much of experiences in connecting with the industrialists. So because of that, we have difficulty in building professional connections. So the problem started with this statement, came to a root cause, which explains why is that so. So this is how all of you have to approach a problem when you find a problem that needs a solution. So this is what we call 5 whys approach. So the second step of problem solving is root cause analysis. Rather than just trying to find a solution for a problem you just stated, you have to ask why several times, at least 5 times, repeatedly. So every time you ask why on the answer of the previous question, your thought, your scope, the context get deep down, narrowed down into a point which might be the root cause rather than a symptom. So the everything here, like the discomfort with socializing, the difficulty, intimidating nature, lack of opportunity, are just symptoms. The actual root cause is something else. Maybe for the time constraint we stop with 3 whys. Maybe if we go with 4 5 whys, we might come to an actual the better root cause. But I think for now this is enough. So this is how we approach a problem before rushing to find a solution. So we identified a problem, and by asking whys repeatedly on the same problem again and again, we came to a root cause of a problem which causes the actual problem that we try to solve. So congratulations on passing the step 2. Now, yeah, I would like to ask 3 questions, like you can answer everything in one answer. So what are we going to do? What is our intended action now? So now we have a problem statement. There is difficulty in building professional connections, and we know a root cause, or a root cause that we think is a root cause, because many of us don't have time to connect, lack of opportunities. So what are we going to do? Who are the potential users of this solution, and what is the targeted outcome? So think and answer. It doesn't have to be a perfect answer. It can be anything. You are anonymous, and it could be anything. It could be wrong. Just think and answer this question. What are you going to do? Who are the potential users of the solution that we are going to build? And what will be the targeted outcome by providing this solution? Okay, so I got 2 answers. So creating a platform where students can interact with the professionals in their field. Target audience could be university students. Yeah, I think this is sufficient enough. So intended action, what we are going to do? We are going to create a platform. But I would like to all of you to narrow it down further, like in the sense of platform. What kind of platform do you want to like it be? Whether it's a physical platform, or a place where everyone can get together, or something, or a application, software application, or a web-based or mobile-based application where we can chat on real time, something like that. So just scope it down. So now this is fine, but again, when it comes to a solution for a problem, at an initial stage, we should have a scoped down version of the solution. Then we can refine it again and again and extend it to a perfect deliverable. Yeah, a hybrid one maybe. Build a web app where it's easier to connect with professionals. Parties can engage actively, industry professional students. Okay, yeah, I think Many of you prefer a hybrid one, like a physical space and a software-based application. Okay, we'll go with that. So we are going to create a hybrid platform. That is our intended application and our potential users. We got answers, students. I hope you are targeting university students in that case. So we got a scope down version of the targeted users. And what is our targeted outcome? What we are trying to achieve from this solution. So I believe that I got an answer for that. Interact with the professionals in their field. Yeah, I think, yeah, where parties can engage actively. So I think that could be a good answer. So yeah, just we'll rephrase it. So the intended action we try to do is creating a hybrid platform, which is combined physical and a software based platform to university students and industry experts, so that they can engage and interact actively with those who are in their field. So what we did now is called problem refinement. So this is how we refine a problem in a proper way. So we have to ask a question, HMW, which is how might be. So I'll rephrase the problem again. How might we create a hybrid platform for university students and industry experts so that they can interact and engage actively with those who are in their field. So this is our refined problem statement. So far now, what we have at first was a simple problem which mentions that we have difficulty in connecting with professionals. And by going through 5 whys and a HMW approach, we came to a solid refined problem statement, which is again, how might we create a hybrid platform for university students and industry experts so that we can engage and interact actively with those in our field. So now, from now onwards, this is our problem. Okay, so we have successfully passed the third step. So we identified the problem, we found the root cause of it rather than going through the symptoms, and now we have refined the problem with the intended action, a potential user of our solution, and also the targeted outcome that we are trying to achieve. Now, since we have the refined scope down problem, we can go for the next step where we discuss the solutions. But I don't want you, all of you, to be innovative and creative, finding new impressive solutions for this. First, think of an existing solution. Think of an existing platform out there, whatever it is, a social media or something, whatever out there, and try to think what can we change or replace in that existing solution to make it usable for our problem, to make it a solution for our problem. So think of it in this way. You don't have to be innovative by creating a new solution. Think of an existing solution. So I welcome answers in Slido. Yeah. So this is it. What can we change or replace in an existing solution? Any process or any part that existing solution has. What can we change to make it suitable for our current problem we have? The hybrid platform for students and industry experts so that they can engage interactively. Yeah. I'm expecting answers from you. I can see one typing. There are 160 plus here. Okay, I think I got an answer. So the question was, think of an existing solution out there and try to find what can be changed or replaced in that existing solution to make it suitable for our use case. So yeah, I got two answers. Both are same, I guess. So we are taking LinkedIn style interface with a, like, LinkedIn is too intimidating and more formal. Sometimes it's hard to communicate with professionals. Making our solution less formal, more activity based, getting together in real life through events organized. So I think that could be a nice answer. I think I have to copy it here. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, there's another LinkedIn answer. I think both are same. Profile should feel more like social bios than resumes. Yeah. So yeah, what we did now was we chose an existing solution out there, which is LinkedIn, which is used by all the most in the engineering and IT industry, and we try to replace something in that. We try to change something in that, like the style theme, like the activities it have, into a less formal way, and also adding some get together in real life through organized events, so that we can create a hybrid platform for university students and engineering industrial experts, so that we can engage and interact actively. So likewise, now what we done was we didn't think for a new, entirely new innovative solution. We took a solution already exist for some other purpose and we tried to change or replace or rephrase something, some part, some process in that to find a solution for our problem. This is what we call as substitution. Likewise, we can think of many ways where we can use an already existing solution to find a solution for our problem. For example, now we thought of substituting something in an existing solution. Same ways, we can think of combining something, like there might be two existing solutions. You can combine both to create a solution for your problem. Or you can create a new component and merge it with the existing solution. Or you can remove or simplify an existing solution to find a solution for yourself. For example, there's a solution out there which provides solutions for many of the problems, and your problems is a subset of that. And what you can do is take that solution or platform and simplify it, remove excessive stuff, and make a simplified version for your problem. So likewise, this is what we call a scamper model. So it includes several practices: substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another's use, eliminate, what we saw now, and reverse. So when it comes to problem solving, it's not always about innovation or creativity. Sometimes you can achieve or find solution for your problems by using some changes in the existing solutions. You can substitute something, you can combine few things, you can eliminate the complex parts and simplify it. Like, there are several methods. So this is one of the methods used for brainstorming solutions. So rather than thinking everything new in a creative way, you can just start with something out there already established and famous. You can tweak it a bit and find a solution for yours. So now we have passed the step 4, which is brainstorming solutions. So from that, we got one, like we are going to create a LinkedIn-like application, but with less formal approaches, less formal theme, more activity-based, and it should have organized events to get together in real life. So I think, yeah, I had another question, but I think this is enough. So like this, you can get together as a team, like team of 4 or 5. You can search for different existing solution out there, not only LinkedIn. There are many platforms, not software based but also physical based platforms for industrial experts to get together. There are a lot of hangouts, meetings, TED talks out there. So you can check off everything, every existing solution out there, and try to tweak a bit, change something, combine something, modify something, and find a solution to your problem. So this is one of the methods you can use to brainstorm solutions. Now think that we all as a team found few solutions each, and there are 20 or 30 solutions in your team. Now we have to figure out which could be the best solution out there. So for that, we have to think of two things primarily. One is how this solution specifically will help solving the problem. So we have a problem, which is how might we create a hybrid platform for university students and industry experts to engage interactively with those in their field. So how might our solution, for in our example, creating a LinkedIn-like application with less formal theme and real-life activities, help solving the problem? This is question number 1. The second question is, can we pull this up within the given time? So this is the main part I would like to discuss with you. Like, even though there is an actual problem like we have and a proper solution, we figure we all the time we might have a limited time. We don't have an unlimited time. So for example, in this hackathon, you might be given 1 or 2 months to create a prototype. So you have to think, okay, this solution seems attractive. It's also impactful. It will help solve the problem entirely. But can we pull this up with our human resource, with our technical expertise within the given time? So these are the two things that you have to think before picking the best solution. One is impact. The other one is feasibility. So you can have a 2x2 matrix like this, which have impact and feasibility high to low. And if the solution has a high impact on the problem and also high feasibility, whether you can finish it within the time, you can do that. It could be the best solution. But what if it's less feasible? It's super impactful. It will solve all the problem, all the parts of the problem, but it's less feasible. In that case, we have to think and plan before choosing that solution. Because it could be attractive, it could be impactful if we can establish that solution. But if we can't do it within the time, within the resources we have, we will just waste our time. So you have 10 to 20 solutions for that. Before picking the best solution, ask these two questions. Will this solution solve the problem? And can we do this? So now we brainstorm few solutions and we picked a best solution. In our case, creating a LinkedIn-like application with less formal approaches. Now, okay, so we have a problem and a solution. Now I would like you to think what kind of features that we can add in this solution. Now remember, we have a hybrid platform which is software based but also allow people to meet in real life. So I'm expecting answers in the Slido. So what are the features that we want to have in this solution? What are the things that using this solution that the users will be able to do? Yeah, whatever it is, it shouldn't have to be perfect. Yeah. So in the meantime, I would like to do a recap. So first, we go through all the problems faced in real life from us and the people we know, and we voted an interesting problem to solve today, the problem of the day, and we asked several whys repeatedly to find the root cause of the problem, and then we refined the problem, we rephrased it with intended action, potential uses of the solution, and also the targeted outcome we are trying to achieve. And then by using an existing solution, we try to tweak it to create or find a solution for ourselves. Likewise, we can have many solutions proposed, and then we analyze the impact and the feasibility of the solution to pick the best solution. Now we picked our best solution, which is a LinkedIn based application. Now we are discussing the features that we want to have. So I'm getting few answers. So users will be able to clarify doubts about their dream career and choose what's best for them by talking to professionals on the same path they are interested in. Okay, interesting. Is that all? Okay. Okay, so one answer we got is a career-based doubt clearing feature, like where we can connect with those in the same industry or same path as we, and we can discuss with them. And another one we got is, okay, it's also kind of similar. What courses, certifications are required? Okay, we'll add it as another feature. Okay, I'm expecting more answer like sort activity based networking. Okay, sort of like Discord with voice for hangouts, features to plan meetups. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I guess that's enough. Okay, yeah, institution and personal verification feature for security. Yeah, that's good. What is the actual job role, not the job description? What are the tasks they do and how their day is structured? What are the paths, for example? So a common forum for everyone from every path to be discuss about their career and their path. Yeah, that could be a good one too. Okay, so yeah, so thanks for the answers. So yeah, so we finalized on the best solution that we are going to create a LinkedIn-like application, or we take LinkedIn and tweak a bit and make it less formal and add some features to it, which is few of them are listed here, or career-based doubt clearing sector, an activity-based networking, event discovery feed, create and host events, and also Discord-like feature, institutional personal verification for security, getting insight on what other paths like a general forum. Yeah, that's a whole lot of features. So now we decided to keep these features Now what we have to do is, again, we have to do this impact and feasibility. So what we done earlier was, for the solution we proposed, we checked whether this is impactful to solve the problem, and also can we do this within the given time, whether this is feasible. Now with all these added features, we have to rethink how each of this feature try to solve the problem, and also how will these features will be able to do within the given time. So we have to think again, and we have to scope down, or we have to rip some features, we can add some features, and we have to rewire it and refine it. And once the feature planning is done, what we have to do is prototyping. So prototyping in terms of current days is not that much hard. Like, even if you are a non-tech person, you can create a prototype for a software-based application within 1 to 2 days. There are a lot of tools like Lovable or Firebase Studio. There's many things. So you can create a prototype without delaying further, and with all the features that you try to have. And the next step you have to do is, you have to review and iterate. This is the important step in problem solving, which is equally important to finding the problem. So we found the problem, we found the root cause, we refined it and phrased it in a structured way, and we brainstormed few solutions and we picked the best solution. And for that, we added some features, what are things we want to have, and we prototyped it. Prototyping is creating a platform which has minimum viable features which can be implemented and tested out there. And what we have to do is, we have to review it, like, do all the features are working properly? Do all the features are working in the expected way to solve a problem? And that solution itself is impacting the problem. Somehow you have to review and evaluate it, test it, and iterate it. So iteration is the major part in problem solving. So you can come to a solution, but when you implement the solution, you will be facing with more real life issues, real life complaints, real life problems, real life blockers. So you have to review everything and iterate, refine it again and again to come to a common ground with everyone else. So we prototyped it, we reviewed, tested it, and we iterated again, and we'll test it again. If there's any complaints, we'll refine it and iterate. We'll rebuild the prototype. And we'll go through that cycle until it's satisfactory. Then what we do is deliver the solution. So the problem solving is not that much of an easy task, but with the structured process, it could be made simpler for everyone to do it properly. So I'd like to summarize these things. Like, these are the major steps in problem solving. So this is not an absolute method or an absolute steps, but these are the major things that followed by most of the models. So first we have to identify the problem, then we have to find the root cause, and we have to refine the problem in a proper way. How might we do this for the targeted audience so that we can get the targeted outcome? And we have to brainstorm solutions using the models like Scamper, Charrette, and there are a few others. The most used one is the Scamper one. And we have to pick the best solution by looking into the impact and feasibility of those. And without hesitating, in 1 to 2 days, we have to build a prototype. It depends on the hardness. Sometimes it might take a week or month to build the first prototype. But then we have to review and iterate it again and again until it gets a satisfactory level of impact. And we deliver. But it does not stop with that. This cycle repeats again and again until there's a new problem arises. Now, suppose you delivered the solution and there are some other problems related to this. So you have to identify those complaints and you have to find the root cause of that. Then do everything again and add some new features, delete some new features, add some security features like that. So the problem solving is not a linear path. It's a circular cycle that comes all the time when you try to solve a problem. So I think I tried my best to make sure that you all get what problem solving looks like. Now what we'll do is we'll just have some time to reflect on what we have discussed so far. So I would like to ask everyone to be active for another 5 minutes. So you'll be getting the full insight of what we've done today. So the first question, it's the question time. So you can use the Slido to answer. The first question, what problem are we solving? So with everything we have discussed so far, now you might have a better understanding of the problem, of the solution, of the targeted users. What are we actually doing? So nothing else, just answer this question. What problem are we solving? What is the problem that we are trying to solve? Okay, yeah. Yeah, these are some good answers I got from the team. I'll just copy those here. So yeah, that's enough. So what are the problem we are trying to solve is making networking less intimidating and accessible to students. Difficulty that students have in connected with professional in the industry. So yeah, so what started with the simple problem from the team. Now we have understood the root cause of the problem. Now the second question is, who exactly faces this problem? I think I can answer the question. So yeah, so university students to be specific. And what is our solution and how does it work? I am giving the answer to you, so you can answer this question. So what is our solution and how does it work? The solution we have worked on so far. You don't have to say about all the features, just how the solution works. What's our solution and how does it work? I can see one typing. Yeah, it shouldn't have to be perfect, like just a few lines. Okay, got an answer. A LinkedIn-like activity that lets university students connect with professional. Okay, I guess I can pick that. Which is less formal and more social, that enables the students to connect with professionals less formally. Yeah, I like that too. So the solution we worked on so far and how does it work is a LinkedIn-like activity that lets university students connect with professionals, more casual and activity-based with real-life events, which is less formal and more social, that enables the connections less formally. Yeah, thanks for the answers. Now, answer this question. What are the key things it must do? I think we have the answers for that. So all of these features we have. So we'll just copy and paste those here. Okay. Okay. So these are the key things it must do. And yeah, I would like all of you to answer this question. Why this idea? So why do you think this solution, a LinkedIn-like activity, with these key features will impact and solve our problem? So why do you think so? So we have a problem we try to solve, and we know who exactly faces this problem, and we know what solution we are trying to give and how does it have to work, and the key features or things it should do. And the question is, why this idea or solution will work in our to solve our problem. Of course, because it is much easier and much possible solution. Okay, good. I want more. Didn't you already used among the people? The platform will be easier to introduce. Of course, yeah, that's a good one. I just list all the answers I'm getting. It's more casual and less intimidating. Yeah. Almost all the uni students face this problem. Of course, yeah, that could do. Could filter out unnecessary stuff. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, thank you. So I think that's enough. So we got several answers from you. So why exactly this solution we propose, a LinkedIn based application will work in our context. So yeah, since LinkedIn is already famous, it will be easier to introduce this app and you can get more users within a given time. And since it's more casual and less intimidating, users can engage without fear of judgment. And yeah, since most of the uni students are facing this app could work in Sri Lankan context. And also we can filter out unnecessary stuff. So yeah, so this is why this idea is going to work as we expect. Now think, this is the major part. Yeah, we know why this idea will work, but now answer this. If this works as expected, what change? What will change out there? Yeah, I'm expecting quick answers. So we have a solution and we know why this will work. Okay, now it works. So what will change? What change this solution will bring? Okay, got one answer. More connections will be built easily by university students with professionals. Yeah. Okay, the insecurities of getting socialized with people, especially with the professionals, the people in same field as us. If it works, clear out a huge problem. Yeah, of course. I'm expecting some more specific changes. The professional will be more approachable. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I really appreciate the way you all think in this short time. Yeah, easier entry into industry. Yeah, yeah. Automatic enough. Try it out without fear of judgment. Yeah, most of this is stuff. If this works, what changes? More connections, less insecurity, more networking, easier entry into industry. Professionals will be more approachable. So these are the changes that we can bring by implementing this solution, and if it works as expected. Now, this might sound a bit technical, but you can answer either technical or non-technical. What do we need to build this solution? I think I can answer the question. So in terms of building this solution, so we plan as a hybrid application. So it should have a software-based platform and also a physical platform. So for example, for a software-based platform, we might have different kind of technical stacks and tools. So we have to create front end. For that, we can use AI tools like Vercel, and there are a lot of many Lovable and something. And also we have to create a backend, and we have to have a database and other premium features we have to add. So this should be something technical and also non-technical. So to have a physical space, we have to have workers and a physical space, actual space, a building or something, or a common place everyone is willing to gather, something like that. So this is so subjective, so it depends on the approach you are trying to build the solution. So the next question, this is the last question I'd like all of you to answer. Now we discussed that since we have limited time, we have to scope down the product or the solution, and we have to work on what's feasible within the time. Now we have came across few features like this that we accept that we can do within the time. And now think, if we have more time to work on this, a month or a year extra, what will we like to add to that? So now everything's implemented and delivered, but if we have more time to work on this, the solution, what would you all like to add to this? But what we have is a limited amount of time and resources. So we scope it down to do what's feasible for us. But in the case of we have more time and more resource, what will be at? What would you all like to add to this? Yeah, I got a good answer here. Make it globally usable, not only in Sri Lanka. Of course, as an initial step to create a prototype, to make it feasible, we targeted only Sri Lankan students. But if we have more time, we can take it to the global stage and make it a global application where everyone from each around the world can use it. Yeah, thank you for that answer. I'm expecting more answers, different perspectives. Yeah, courses recommended by industry professionals. Of course, yeah. So what we have so far is just a platform where we can discuss, collaborate on forums, have meetups. But if we have more time, we can have recommended courses by industry professionals. I got the technical answer here. Make it more scalable, handle more users, load balancing, making it an enterprise. Of course. What we have now is a simple prototype or a small scale application that could be used by a small region, but with the increasing amount of users in future, but we actually have to scale it up to handle more users. Integrate CV processing. Yeah, it's also nice. Okay, cool. CV processing and the initial over the phone application stages. I think LinkedIn also have some CV submission stuff, but we can have something less formal. Yeah. And okay, I think I'll stop with this rating companies. Okay. So these are something that we can add to our solution if we have more time to invest on this. So you might think why we are doing this reflection. So we came through a structured path of refining the problem, finding the root cause, brainstorming solutions, picking the best one, and adding features, and prototyping it, review and iterate it, finally deliver it. Then at the end, why did we do this? Why did we reflect what we've done so far? We think about the problem what is the problem we are solving? Who exactly faces the problem? What is our solution and how does it work? What are the key things it should do? What are the key features it should have? Why this idea will work? Why we believe this idea is gonna work? Suppose if it works, what will change? What do we need to build this? The tech stack, the resources, the human resource, the monetary resources, the computational resources, everything. If we have more time, what would you add? So I really congratulate all the participants who actively answered these questions, because now you all have create a project proposal. So this is what a good proposal should have. So let's go through each question we discussed. You guys answered. So what is the problem we are trying to solve? This is what a problem statement. Who faces this? This is what is a target user. What's our solution? So this is what comes under a proposed solution. What are the key things we have? It's the key features. And why this idea will work? It's value proposition. And what changes if this is the impact of the solution? And what do we need to build it? The tech stack. And what's next? It's the future scope. So I take you all through these questions to let you understand that reflecting on the stages of problem solving is actually the key to write a great proposal. So, most of the proposals, good proposals for a project or a problem, should have these key sections. There should be a problem statement, a well-defined problem statement of how we are intending to do solve the problem, what is the targeted outcome, why we are choosing the problem, and who are being affected by it should be there. The targeted users. So for now, you have to scope it down. When you expand it, you have to expand the solution. And the proposed solution, the LinkedIn-like feature. And what are the key features it should have? And the value of this, why this idea will work. And the impact, and the tech stack, and the future scope. These are the sections a good proposal you should be crafting. So instead of doing just a random, a plain theory-based approach, I try to make it much interactive so you all can work on it, and I just guide you through. So thanks for everyone who bear with me for this 1 hour and actually actively participated. So thank you all, and thanks for the time. I think if you have any questions, you can ask. Those you also have a Q&A session ready up, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we will now move on to a short Q&A session. So this is your chance to clarify any doubts. You can drop your questions and we'll take them one by one. So feel free to ask your questions. You can ask your questions through the Slido. So if you have any further questions about this particular workshop, you can ask them through the Slido. Otherwise, if you have any non-related questions about the this competition or anything else, you can ask them in the WhatsApp group chat. Question in the Zoom chat.
Yeah. Wait.
Shall I read it for you, sir? Or
No, I got it. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so when identifying a real world problem, how can we make sure the problem we choose is both impactful and practical to solve using limited time and resources? So, like, to make sure it's impactful, what we have to do is there are a lot of methods. So, we can have questionnaires, we can have surveys from the people who are facing the problem, and we can get what kind of a solution that they might need. This is one of an approach practiced in many industrial settings. We'll get a user acceptance survey, and to find whether it's feasible or practical to solve, it's based on the experience and the expertise of the people working in it. So as an initial, without knowing much, we can't say for sure that we can pull it up. So for that, if you are a new team of enthusiasts who are trying to find a solution for this, it's better you asked in online forums, or ask some experts, or ask your supervisors or mentors whether this could be solved. Or now we have ChatGPT and everything. It can give an estimate of the resources that we need, the human resource and also the technical resource. So you can have those to get a rough estimate, and everything else is found by experience and trying out, doing it and doing it iteratively. I hope that answers the question.
So thank you, sir. I think that's all the questions we have gained. So thank you, Mr. Sajeev Kugarajah, for this insightful and engaging session. We're confident that everyone here now has a much clearer understanding of how to approach problem solving and craft impactful proposals. So we are truly grateful and thankful to you on behalf of the organizing committee for Hackelite 3.0 and IEEE WIE student branch of University of Moratuwa.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you again, sir, and to all our delegates. We hope this session has inspired you to think deeper, question smarter, and build solutions that truly matter as you move forward in the Hackerlate 3.0. Now, this is the reminder for all the delegates again. Before you leave, please make sure to mark your attendance for the workshop one. We have shared a QR code in the Zoom chat. Kindly scan the QR code and complete the attendance form. Only then will your participation be officially recorded. You will have around 10 minutes to complete the form.
So this announcement is for the delegates. Even though you have marked your attendance, please don't leave the meeting. These 10 minutes are for you to mark your attendance, but don't leave the meeting. Okay, thank you. We think that time is enough for you to mark your attendance. So before we wrap up, we would love to capture this moment together. So we kindly request all our delegates to turn on your cameras for a quick group photo. So feel free to smile and strike your best pose. Please turn on your cameras.
All right. I think everyone has put up a great smile over there. So thank you so much for your enthusiastic participation. We look forward to seeing you all in the upcoming sessions of Hackerlight 3.0. Thank you and stay inspired and have a good night.